So I've been meaning to do a video on the mounts that I built for the Warthog controls, and I've done a video on the channel of the old ones, but I never did a new video for the updated version of what I did and how I updated them. And yeah, so today I'm doing an update. Yeah, here it is. So here's the new version of it. It's still the same, except the mounts. These mounts right here is triangle mount, and these on the middle, along with these right here, these new mounts. These are new. So as you can see, the screw is going through the actual mount itself and mounting to this in the back. So there's no nut that's able to go through. I've been looking for one where it was a nut that would be able to go through here like this. That's on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but I wasn't able to find a screw long enough to actually mount that, so I kind of just left it. I just used regular screws like these. I just used regular screws like these and just basically slid them in with a washer on it that was small enough to fit on the inside, and put a nut on the outside, screwed it on as tight as I could get it, and I also put some thread locker on it so that it wouldn't be able to be removed as well. So that was a plus. Yeah, so far it's gotten, I haven't really had to adjust it. Before, this was bottom out to the bottom, but I was having problems with that. So what I did is how I adjust this is that the screws that I loosen when I was done building them is I loosen these 3 screws on the side, and then just the top one. And I do the same thing on the other side, and then I slide it either up or down. And this one needed to be slid up. So as for the mount for the joystick itself, so if you have the actual, let me turn on the lights so you get better view of this. So if you have the actual mount for the 810 controls, there should be a metal plate that comes with the joystick. And what I did is I marked out where I wanted to cut it on the joystick while the joystick was attached to the mount, to the piece of metal. And I basically just cut it out. I used I used the angle grinder and the grind wheel to. So I used the angle grinder to cut out the rough shape of it, and I used a grind wheel to smooth out the surface. And yeah, I drilled out these 3 holes with a drill press. I tried doing it so I'd be able to do all 3 of these so they'd be locked in really tight, but these holes don't match up with the outside of this. When I was doing this, I wasn't really measuring it properly. I was just kind of cutting it. As you can see, it's all messed up, but the middle one fits perfectly. It's perfectly center. It's really good. But yeah, you can see that it's a tight fit. I wanted to use an impact gun to tighten these all down so they wouldn't move or anything, but there's not really much needed for that because they pretty much don't move at all ever. I'll put in the description of where everything is, of what I used, but here is the throttle. Throttle is the exact same design, except this one's bottom out. I'm thinking about raising it to the proper height. With my right side panel, I'm thinking about raising it so it's at the same height as my right side panel. Same thing with this one. There should be a bottom plate that goes on the throttle that you can unscrew. And what I did is I drilled holes, same exact way, except this one, it was the outer and center ones. I think it was just I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me see if I can get a light. So you can kind of see there. Yep, right there. So that mounts, those 3 screws in the middle mounts to the plate, to the bottom plate. And then these, once that's mounted, you get 2 screws I used these screws right here. Basically, they go down far enough to where I can get it on. But the plate itself mounts to the aluminum extrusion. Clamp this. I basically just tighten this down as hard as I can get it with some thread locker. Well, not these mounting points, but these on here. These right here are left alone, so I can adjust it the height. As far as I can tell, I have to say that this mount's pretty good. There's a bit of a weight problem, so if you move this a lot back and forth, I don't like how this is arched up like that. I was thinking about putting a piece of metal right under this, so when you move this back far enough, this whole thing just kind of just falls like that and stays like that, and it won't fall all the way off, but it'll just fall off of the table, off my desk, and it'll just kind of stay like that and fall like that. But what I tested is I got a metal plate and I put it up there. It's moving it back and forth. I also had it textured so that it would grip into the desk, or the desk itself. So like I grooved the metal with a Dremel, and it gripped into the metal pretty good. Yeah. But these are the mounts for my Warthogs. If you want to do something similar like this, I would really suggest it instead of buying those Monster Tech mounts, because in all honesty, they are way too expensive. Ridiculously priced for some mounts. I built all this. You could probably, with the right equipment, you could probably build all this with about maybe $120. Not even $120, like maybe $80. With the right, as long as you have the right equipment, it'd be about $20. If you have to buy some of the equipment, it's going to be obviously more, but if you know people or have friends and stuff, they'll definitely be able to help you out if they have the right tools and everything. So yeah, these are the mounts. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. It really means a lot. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Tell me where I can improve. I'm going to be uploading another video soon on my all my panels are finished, so my next video should be up soon, where basically just I just upload the complete build of everything that I've been working on for like the past year and a half or so. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.